You want small one? Let me know. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, yeah, fabulous.
You and I look wonderful, the museum printer ink because I printed so much.
Yeah, not a bad deal. So here are my thoughts on your application though. Have you logged in to like start it?
Oh.
Okay. You might, well, I'm gonna be out of town next week. Okay, I'm in Minnesota all night. I'll leave Friday at 12. I won't be back until the 23rd. Yeah. Visiting families, but. Okay. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, I'm good. My mom and sister.
Meeting is called to order. Next meeting, we'll start with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag board members should have the minutes from our next meeting. No, I motion to accept them. We have a second. Roll call. Please.
Dave,
Aye.
Gary,
Aye.
Sean,
Aye.
Frank,
Aye. The motion passes to accept minutes. It is printed. On roll business, we have a financial report that's been revenue packet. I haven't had a chance to look at it.
that wasn't Carrollton present.
Oh, I forgot first one. Russian. So Carol has put forward here the information. We all have that. Yeah. Public comment. Then we'll move into old business, and the first is the first item is the financial report.
He didn't give anything to me, Frank.
Okay. Update on the retaining wall. Dean, did I give you a fill on that?
Yeah, so tonight we were supposed to open the bids. I had a few contractors that reached out. They're looking for specific drawings, I guess, of how we want it done. Because there's some variations, so I didn't know. So I told the few that would, basically we would, discuss it tonight that, obviously they weren't gonna bid it. I only had there was 3 of them that reached out to me on it. One guy was really, wanting to pour the wall. So he was wondering, he would entertain that option if he put it forth as a, understanding that it would be, a block wall, but to compare his price, I said I would ask you that. So I didn't know what you wanted to do for specifics, if you wanted to try and get like, I know it's more money, but I don't know how to, what they want for more specific, if you gotta go to an engineer on it. Yes,
We should.
I mean, I don't want to throw something up there.
That's pretty good size wall.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't wanna do something, and they both, said, they're like, we should really have something, because, we say put crusher on it, you should have had some other stone behind it for drainage and stuff.
We should.
I don't know,
Something, Feller can do.
I don't know if, Bill or Bender, or
One of those, we'll reach out
I
to
can reach out to both of them and ask them what their schedules are.
Probably next, that's probably
Okay.
the correct next step.
Well, that's all I had on their team.
there's no other one business in the ship. So,
Just one on the, I see it's not on there, anything on the insurance? Was there anything on that?
oh, I'll give you an update on that will be old business, just a minute, I can't, I'm not multitasking, I'll shut this down. I had a message, not gonna shut it down, I'm gonna read you what my message from Andy. Today, because I took it to Andy, and he was contacting me. And he said, I asked yesterday if he had anything to report on the contact with the Adjusters International. He said, I'll have an answer later this week, I think, and then he said, I have called the adjuster, I'm waiting for a reply, so that's where we're at.
Did we ever reach out to Wayne when we talked about?
That's done. Yeah. They would be directly with the insurance company, not with the company that seems to be the stumbling block in the middle. Okay,
We ain't had anything on the power yet. For the town line.
Working on everything.
Alright.
I backed up the transformer today.
we need better,
Hmm?
we need better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move into the new business, bond resolution for the water district. There will be this item here and you can see on the local code now. The exact extract the minutes of meeting of the town board adopting bond resolution. Should I read this?
Is it what we discussed at the last meeting?
Yeah, it's all right. 5 or 6 pages.
Not that I don't have anything to get most respect, but just from you guys.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Dave,
Aye.
Gary,
Aye.
Sean.
Aye.
Frank,
Aye, the motion carries the bond
Thank you.
resolution. Safety deposit box, and that is on here because that needs to be an update. Do you want to talk about it?
yes. So the safe deposit box has some former councilmen that have left, some are deceased. And Carol is retiring and the bank is requiring to have new signers on the account. They'll need the minutes approving who's coming off and who's going on. So it's up to the town council, who you want to add.
I would think, I don't think it's that difficult, but we can't address that right now and take care of it. Obviously, I believe that other than elected officials, need to be somebody that is an employee because there'd be less transition. And with that,
Well, you should probably have somebody who's gonna access it on a regular basis if needed, you know, like Carol does now. When something comes up, she's the first to know, when she's a key holder.
right, and I'm thinking that
So, you know,
new employees.
New
should be-
employee.
So I'll make a motion.
who's on it for the other? who's doing-
Currently there is Carol, Frank, Howard, and David.
who's Howard?
I don't know if it's Dave Van Ornum or was it David Murray?
David.
David.
He was deputy supervisor, so I'd suggest that we do Chris and myself and Chris. Jill and Jill. And Kristen. First.
And remove Howard and Dave Nine. That and Karen.
So that's the motion. I'll second it. Actually, I'm supposed to. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay,
David made the motion, and Gary second.
roll call.
Okay, David,
Aye.
Gary.
Aye.
Sean.
Aye.
Frank,
I think I should stay. All right, teacher's contract, have you all received a? You didn't get the copy? Forward it to. Okay, we wait 4 or 5 minutes. Things on the wish list, I will. I'll make sure you have it. Yeah. You forwarded something, but it wasn't. It was. Did you have you seen, do you have a copy of the old contract?
I have nothing.
Oh, okay, well, let's make sure that we look at your mailbox. Copy of the old contract and, if you gave me the wish list. Okay, what we're looking for, I'll make sure you have that. All right. I thought we did. The next item is we need to set a public hearing for town ordinance that would change the commercial, there will be a commercial district addition that would. Utilize Mill Street there. What are you thinking for a date? Yeah.
I asked her, she had a preference. She said if you wanted to hold it prior to next month's board meeting, that would be fine.
Why don't we plan that then?
6 o'clock, you know how that and.
Yeah. Because we can, because tonight you can start meeting, we
Right.
can't start.
Right.
The next item is what, that 13th.
Yes.
The next item is the comprehensive plan and LOR dates. There he is. I'm looking at you, the guy with the blue shirt up.
Okay, I'm up.
You're up.
Okay, first I'd like to thank the town board and members of the original 2019 comprehensive plan committee, along with development authority of the North Country that provided an exhaustive and detailed plan in December of 2019. In May of this year, another committee was formed to review and update the 2019 plan. This committee includes members from all walks of life in the town of Morristown. Many have shown an interest by being here tonight. With the capable guidance of the St. Lawrence County Planning Office, the committee reviewed the 2019 plan, recognizing goals accomplished, eliminating goals no longer pertinent, reviewing those items that are still ongoing, and setting new goals. At this time, I wish to introduce Heidi Ames of the St. Lawrence County Planning Office to discuss the importance of having a comprehensive plan.
All right, I think you do.
Wow. Hey. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Heidi. I think you all are pretty well versed in this. You know, you already have the plan from 2019 in place. And a plan can help guide your activities as you are making decisions along the way. And certainly if you have interest in seeking funds from public sources, which is always my primary interest in a plan, then that's a good starting point, because you want to have a publicly vetted document that's been recognized by your community that you can point to say, see, this is important to us and this is why. We can demonstrate that our community cares about this. So to me, that's the importance of a plan in a nutshell. Certainly it guides many other decisions that the community you know, has to deal with zoning and other land use matters and so on. But I think the real impetus for kind of looking at this kind of brush up was with an interest in looking at some funds and whether or not it was time to actually update your plan. So when the community approached us about possibly updating the plan, we got together and sat down and took a look at things. And, you know, really, your plan is not outdated. It's still well within a viable lifespan. But it's just that you've accomplished a whole lot. So a lot of the goals and recommendations in that plan have been checked off. And in the interest of, you know, staying up to date with current interests, specifically pursuing a local waterfront revitalization plan grant this summer, we took a look and just decided, you know, hey, let's just, rather than having you guys invest the time and the money to do a full plan update when all of your statistics and every, you know, all the background information that's in there is completely current still. Let's just brush up goals and recommendations, make sure they're clean. We're not distracted by stuff that's already been checked off, and you can focus on the next steps going forward. So basically from there, you know, we had one session here on, what was it? May 16th? Yeah, May 16th. We had a good public session right here in this room. If I recall correctly, I don't know, we had 25 people or so. And good discussion. And from there, your committee has done the rest of the work, and I'm just here to say good on you. So good on you. I really think that's about it, unless anyone has any particular questions, or Jim and Marie, Frank, if any of you guys had anything else in mind for me to go off on.
No, I appreciate your attending. If there's any questions that would be even better versed to answer than myself, obviously, so that's the invitation.
Always happy to be here, so thank you for asking me, and it's always good to work with you guys.
Thank you.
And I don't say that about everything.
We're in a bit of a paperwork shuffle here, as you can see with all of these documents. So most of you have seen the original 2019 plan, and that's, as Heidi said, still valid, okay? Over those meetings that we've had, 27 different people have attended and had input, and each week we've gone through those goals. And so that is the next page that you have, that's, let me see, this one is the update. And Chris shared that with board members, and I think we've all shared it and seen it when we've been working on it. But it's still a bit convoluted, because what needs to happen is this all needs to be inserted into the comprehensive plan. So this is the document that you've seen, and Chris went through and he made annotations in the and he said new, or delete. So what we did here on this final thing that we gave you is we just pulled out the 18 new goals that are not mentioned in this comprehensive plan, okay? So just for ease of conversation, to facilitate questions, you'll see the list of 18 goals in no particular order. And if there are questions about any of them, you'll see that establish a plan for public-private partnership to develop the waterfront property in Morristown Bay, including the Harbor Inn property, with the goal of including a hotel, restaurant, and Docksville. The wording is very specific, it seems, but really all it says is it's really important to us to do something with that waterfront. So when we apply for the grant, that's what our comprehensive plan says.
I thought we were taking out that carving that one geographic spot, and making more general otherwise. That's what the conversation was.
Okay, well, this is the latest update I have. If you want to change, go ahead.
Does anyone else recall that?
No, no.
Sorry.
Sorry, Frank. No, that's not information that I had. There was a large. Somebody else might remember, there was a lot of conversation about trying to find parking spaces for boats and, people who were leaving their
I don't
boats.
have my own notes with me, but I particularly remember they thought that it shouldn't be, it shouldn't be just a particular zero on a particular spot, but generally the waterfront.
You had
That's what it said.
talked about, harbor and ownership issues there, and then a separate parcel. Further down, 2,000 feet or so. But I don't recall the harbor. Harbor and.
Yeah, this is the work in progress, and even, I think that the importance of that we're talking about waterfront docks, recreation areas. I think that you're right, we're talking about the entire area
Right,
down there, and there was, some talk about the one specific spot, but there was also talk of the entire harbor.
because I thought it was, everyone was in accord that we shouldn't be zeroing in on a particular spot, but more general, because actually it's more than that one spot that should be the concern.
Frank, it does say that. It says establish a plan for public-private partnership to develop the waterfront in Morristown Bay. Including the harbor.
Well, I think we're gonna put that word in.
What, if you want it out,
I don't know, I'm asking.
put it in parentheses?
I would think you'd leave it in.
Yeah, I would say that. We talked about this property and we did talk about further down.
So we're talking about other land other than the old harbor inn. If there are other land available that's possible, I mean, if you're talking, most of that land's privately owned. And except for Bay Street. So looking ahead, is there anyone, reaching out to Harbor Inn? Is there, the fellow that owns it? Any discussions with him, or are we in the early stages?
Well, it seems like somebody else has talked to him, but I do know conversations with investors that the information that Rich got, that he has all these great plans. There is no investors, there is no money from any investors to do any of that. That much I know. And now you see the for sale sign up. For 2.5 million.
Well, isn't that what a comprehensive plan is? It's like the way you want it to be, the way you envision it to be. He's obviously got hurdles to go through with the private ownership all that.
I think it's, maybe it is premature to be talking with one-on-one with anybody.
Yeah, I think it's a good vision. Next thing is done that.
You had said something, but one good about not trusting workers of it. But that was there.
Yeah.
Another item that Jared might be interested in, we did have representation from Black Lake. Talking about the dockage down there, talking about some of the septic problems down there and the water trust net problem.
I said what I'm gonna say, and you wanna pick it back up?
No, just that, that would be an important piece. I just selected that because that's why we're all here. That's one of the things that we need to talk about very seriously when we're talking about revitalization. And I think that the wording is appropriate. Heidi is the one who has most experience writing these grants, so I don't know, you want to comment on that?
As far as the matter of specifically naming the Harbor Inn property. I don't think there's anything wrong with pointing to a particular property that clearly has been part of your ongoing discussions for some time. I think it makes sense to have it written the way you do, where you're pointing to the waterfront in the bay, including that property. that's fine. I think that's wise as opposed to pointing only to that property, excluding anything else
Yeah,
because
I would
circumstances.
like that. You know, or should we say also including property down along the rest of it that isn't developed? Should that be mentioned?
Waterfront, Morristown, that's part of it.
Yeah, if the property you're talking about, Frank, is part of the waterfront of the bay, it's already included.
Well, I'm talking about Chad, what's his last name? His
Phil.
property. Should
It's
he-
all about waterfront.
Yeah. I mean, we're saying one spot. Maybe I'm getting
Yeah,
too
you're kind
tight.
of, yeah.
Oh, is there anything wrong with just generalizing it rather than putting a property?
I think the key is that property,
Technically, it's not even the harbor property,
right?
side, whatever.
I just wrote, no, I just put the waterfront property.
Waterfront property. Morristown Bay.
I just have another question. What land is available right now? You know, we know along Bay Street,
Are
So-
you talking privately owned or owned by the town?
owned by the town, because there's something you can do with that. The other property that's privately owned would take negotiations, agreement on the sale. But right now, we're applying for,
Well, we're not.
grant money, right? You're
Well,
applying,
no, we're not applying for grant money at this point. We're setting up to apply for grant money.
okay, for what properties? I mean, yeah, you still gotta deal with private property. But we have some public property is what are we looking at there? I've heard different rumors about, you know, opening it up, so you have more of a view, sidewalks. I don't know, what's possible.
Down on Bay Street.
Yeah, those goals are all included in here, Tom. In the 18, one of the things it says, build a walkway and try to work with private owners to develop a walkable space. There's something else in here you'll remember, everyone, that says develop pocket parks in the land that's already owned by the town. And these are all things that you want to consider, but we don't know whether they're possible. I mean, this is very preliminary.
Sure,
Just, wouldn't it be nice to have pocket parks?
This is blue sky.
Absolutely.
This is blue sky.
Yeah, right. This is what everybody would love to see 5 years from now.
It's a wish list.
It is.
Which is
Exactly, that's exactly,
That's exactly what I was.
Exactly.
5 years ago.
Okay.
You want to read through them? I mean, you want to spend more time talking about them where we can do that.
I'm comfortable with everybody else's. I mean, we went through this and then we just laid out a little bit. And I think there was a point made, and you said they're not in any specific order. I think a point was made that the probably was more of an attractive order that they should be in.
That's That's the second document, or the first document that you have. And that's the order in which they appear on the original plan. And so this is going to be the working piece. All we did was extract the new stuff. So this is the working document.
It will be incorporated into the 2019 plan.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, got this, and then just feed these things in where they go.
Do we have a Word document? So this is gonna be a piece of paper. Yeah, to be able to cut and paste.
I think so. I thought I said it, but I'll find it and send it if I haven't, so.
This one.
I guess,
We'll have all of that if you don't.
okay. So what is our next step? To approve. it. Somebody want to make a motion to?
Yeah, I make a motion to approve the comprehensive plan.
I'll second it.
Dave,
Aye.
Gary,
I,
Sean.
Aye.
Frank,
Big eye.
And you want that with, you want the Harbor Inn phrase, including the Harbor Inn property
I
excess.
I don't care, I'll use whatever the more authoritative knowledge of this than myself on that.
But I think this means harbor is stopping it. We know the words harbor is stopping.
They just voted on accepting it. That's really.
Yes, as presented.
Right, you just voted on accepting the way it's written. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right.
Yeah,
I'm only-
you are.
Also,
I'm only the secretary.
That's right, well, the board members have any new business forward at this time?
Maybe well worth for doing, maybe, holding back, and I guess some questions on that.
Okay, are you, with that, we'll move on to department reports. Jill, you have the floor first.
I don't have anything new other than taxes are done. We look forward to printing the new hunting licenses starting August 1st, and from the last conversation, it was like the board didn't want to charge extra fees for processing. I feel we don't sell enough of them to charge any additional fees.
Very good.
That's about it.
Dean, you have the floor.
All the paving did get done in June, Edelbert came in, did an excellent job, it took an extra day basically, because the plant in Ogdensburg broke, so it all was trucked out of Watertown. But it's a big cost, obviously, that changed, it was a big deal. We ended up just shy of 4 miles of road. The snow road is completed from English Sun to Scotch Bush, and Atwood Road is completed from Sand Street to Oak Point. Everybody traveled, I think they did a great job. I definitely will look into it again next year. It was just nice to be done in 2 days, and we haven't had to scatter out to go to Governor or help decal and help to try and get trucks back. I mean, it's been nice just this week here. I mean, everybody else is paving and we're still working right here in our hometown. So it makes a difference. The barn is coming along. They say we're still waiting on the main power. We're still backfeeding it from the other shop. I do plan on it raining tomorrow. We're actually going to move out of the office trailer so we can get that off rent. That's $800 a month that we're paying. Doesn't seem like the insurance can give it back, so it'll be one month bill we have. I feel it's done enough. We're not in there that much. Basically in the morning, drop our tails and punch in and leave and then come back at the end of the day. So I talked over with the guys. We're just gonna do that. Was busy. I don't know if you guys seen the payrolls at all, but the 4th of July was very busy on sewer. Once again, we had trouble out the River Road. It's just not, National Grid can't supply us power enough to run the pumps. I don't know what we're gonna do. I've been in contact with National Grid. I know maybe said there was some other places that had trouble. Basically, our pumps are designed to run at 220. I've seen it as low as Friday night at 190 up there. They quit at 215 as their safety shut off, basically. Any lower than that, they call it brownout. So they're looking quite a bit of overtime. I'm gonna have Judy the next time the bills go out. A lot of them thought they could just go out and shut them off. Because the alarm was going off, and then they forget to call us till Sunday morning, and then the pots are all flowing. And so when they try to turn them back on, they're alarmed anyways, because they're all at high level. So I'm just gonna tell them, you know, please, you can silence the alarm, but please call us, we're on 24/7. Cause it makes more of a mess for the guys.
Hey, Dean, question, is there a certain area, is this District 2?
It is District 2.
And is there a certain area affected by this?
I think more this end, like Brown Lane, definitely down in all those areas, it starts, and then it just kind of filters out through as the day goes on. It started about 5 o'clock, I had the first call, then within probably 2 hours, we had 4 other calls that their alarm was going off, and you get there, so it's brown out. Other than that, everything is up and going good.
Are we, well, it's just aluminum pumps, is that what that on the pump?
Yeah, the pumps basically go into a safety lockout and you gotta reset them. Which is no big deal once the power comes, but like, you know, they don't call, so we don't know they're off and they called Dave on Sunday, they called me. Yeah, it's just a nightmare.
Can I ask a question about that? So Dean, is it like July 4th week when you have so many people?
So that's what they're saying, and it's just such a draw. Yeah, it's like everybody had the air conditioners on, like if you go down, you know, everybody had the window ones in or the big old ones outside running, so I just think.
So that reduces the amount of power available for the.
Available, so what they do is they go up by the fire hall. Guy comes from Syracuse, he's gotta turn up the power there, then there's another spot over on Black Lake or by the Mill Plant Road, I know they go over there and try and turn it up. Cause this happened last year and we finally got it like 11:30 at night, they got us enough power, but by then everybody was starting to shut stuff off, so it's just. I don't know, I mean, he scratches their heads because it needs a major upgrade down through there, basically, and it's in the works, but it's far.
So does that mean that additional new builds or additional pots would put more pressure on the system?
No, I mean, it would to a point, I don't know how it, you know, how they regulate their end, I'm not sure that maybe Dave knows, but. You know, obviously, the more stuff that's out there is gonna be the more withdrawal, so.
It would, but you guys are pretty full down there right now, so I don't have any places to.
Well,
All across the road.
Couple new builds though, there's.
Yeah, across the road.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a cost taken.
We're talking a house with air conditioning and, you know, another 200 amp service. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot in the last 5 years, but I can think of 3 right now.
Yeah, and nothing against anybody, but you know, like plugging in these electric cars, you know, a lot of people have them and. You know, I mean, if they just have their general little charging station up here, they draw a lot more than if you had a full charging station, so.
Yeah, they're 15 amps, no,
Yeah,
in a hurry.
so. Just little things adding up as. Goes,
And National Grid's infrastructure is bad.
yeah, I mean,
They know, but we're not a big concern to them.
I don't want to
Really?
say time, but really quickly on the electric car situation, does the town ever think about having their own electric charging station that would alleviate the problem of having private owners having the charging stations?
so there was a grant kicking around a year or so ago.
I think one of the,
They wanted it at specifically at the condos, but we can't, it has to, if we get the grant, it has to be at a public access. Which would be down probably to the park or something. Down, because
Wasn't the library looking for a grant for the
it could be,
There's
could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has to be somewhere public, it just couldn't be like, you know, down at the condo, like, you know, people go down there and charge, it has to be on a public area.
There was some talk with Tesla, but then they changed the grant opportunity.
Yeah,
We're still looking into this.
did you want to mention that you're looking down?
so yeah, I mean, I know in your comprehensive plan, there was a talk of putting a walkway around the bay, so next week we are going to start that project with some COVID money left. The road will be extended, basically it won't be a separate, what we'll do is we'll add 8 feet to the inner side of the road. And we will, and then when it's done, it'll be marked and striped as a bike and walking path, so. It was, yeah, it does, there was so when that was built, we had to stay under certain guidelines because of wetland areas, so that's why it was, the way it was, we were right to the max of it, but, and there will be hopefully some street lighting coming, so.
They'll just go faster now, they moved on, they're pretty good. One that wasn't speed bumps in.
Yes.
We've been down.
You're across
We've
the
been down
side.
there.
Yeah.
And one of the points that being made is that in the winter, we can actually. With the way it's gonna be constructed. it really-
Oh, right, we can just plow it right with the truck instead of having to take another piece of equipment, he can just move over basically an extra pass and it'll be plowed off, so. It'll make it that much wider.
Will it be actually paved?
Yes, blacktop, yes.
Thank you. Anything else?
Can I ask a question to the, You had mentioned you wanted to have the August board meeting at the town barn. What is that?
Well, we'll wait and see where the hours.
Okay. Just
I would
curious.
hope to, yeah. Yeah, he's still-
There's in your packet is the codes, town assessor and historians reports. Does anyone have any other business to bring forward?
I do have, if anybody does wanna stop out and look at the town barn, we're usually there, more than welcome to. It's pretty picked up right now, so construction wise.
Are you going to pay the front?
Yes, actually, he's supposed to be there, yeah, that's why it's kind of so deep, we had to dig it down and then it was rebuilt that, it's.
Okay, well, if there's no other business, we need to go into executive session, give me the correct wording, Jill.
Personnel reasons?
Make a motion to go into executive session.
You're gonna be fine if we're all gone. You're gonna be fine if we're all gone when you.
We'll somehow we'll manage. Go back on your bike.
Thank you.
Might train it out.
Thank you. I like the gym.